Okay, welcome to this final part of the Dreamtime soundtrack tutorial. So here I'm going to show you automation, and I'm going to show you how to export your finished video. So what's automation? Well, this is when we automate the volume or some other parameter of a track. This is how I adjust the overall volume. And it's really important that, like I said at the end of the last video, we're already pretty happy with our overall mix. So all these sounds should be pretty close to the level that we want. In particular, have a listen as I play it. The narration is the loudest thing. All of our background noises go behind that. The softest things are these environmental noises, followed by our incidental noises at around about the same level, our keyboard parts, and these are actually the loudest in my particular piece here, apart from the narration. So just have a listen and confirm for yourself that that's the case.
One day, Moon's two boys told him they wanted to go hunting for the first time. They would catch food for the whole family.
Now I think that event horizon should actually be a little bit lower, so I'm going to pull that down. Go again from the start.
One day, Moon's two boys told him they wanted to go hunting for the first time. They would catch...
See if you can identify the things I'm going to fix before I fix them. That bird's a little bit loud. Just pulling it down a touch.
One day, Moon's two boys told him they wanted to go hunting for the first time.
Okay, so you get the idea. You make sure that every track is pretty much at the level you want. Then, only then, we do some automation. Now that is here. Get big, there we go. This spot, which is our Show Hide Automation button. Let me show you how that works. So I click on Show, and now you'll notice that the view changes quite a lot. And suddenly, what I'm mainly seeing is the volume on each of these tracks. And as I click on them, it will enable it like that. And what I do is I actually click in that at different points and drag it around to automate the volume. Let me just show that by actually doing it. Right at the beginning, let's have the rainforest fade in.
One day, Moon's two boys...
So what I'm going to do is click at this point here and then drag this down. That rainforest is now going to fade in. Okay, I'm going to want something similar for most of my sounds, probably.
One day, Moon's two boys told him they...
Okay, now I also notice that my Afloat synth arpeggio has a little click at its finish point.
One day, Moon's two boys...
So I'm going to get rid of that by automating it down as well. So I zoom in, click the point where I want to zoom, fade out. And in this particular case, I'm actually going to create another pair of edit points. This technique's really important. I want to fade this track down, but then I want it to return to its original level. So I create two edit points so that I can fade it out, another two edit points so that I can fade it back up afterwards.
One day, Moon's two boys told him they wanted...
Okay, not perfect, but not too bad. All right, so there's all sorts of spots where I could use automation in this particular track, but there's one really important one, and that's here where I go from the rainforest to nighttime. So I'm going to have what's called a crossfade at this point. I'll zoom in close. At the point where the nighttime sound is introduced, I'm going to fade the rainforest out, like this. And I'm also going to fade the night sound in. So now as I listen to those two, I'm going to notice that it goes from one to the other. Okay, real smooth transition, which is fantastic. Okay, take that off solo. And there are tons of other spots where I could do automation on this track. I'm not sure I'm going to worry about doing it. Certainly not right now. So once you're done with that, let's just highlight something here. As long as I've got automation enabled like this, I can't do much editing. Notice I can't actually adjust the length of this very easily. I can pull a loop off, but I can't put it back on. To do that, I have to exit automation mode like that. And now once again, I can loop. All right, so that shows the automation, that hides it. And I need to be in this mode if I'm going to do any meaningful edits. Okay, good. So once that's done, my video is complete. I'm going to need to export it though. How do I do that? Well, normally we share things this way. Share, export song to disk. To export a video, different story. So we go to the File menu, we go to Movie, and here, Export Audio to Movie. That's what we want to click. So I'm going to click that now. I'll show you the dialogue that we see. I'm going to export this to the desktop, and I'm going to call it my name and the name of my story. So Chris M, Moon Man. Now, the preset here, look, there's all sorts of different options. The videos that you're using are at very low definition because they're off a flash player. So it really is fine for you to use the lowest quality there. All right, so we're going to do that, and we're going to go save. And that's then going to create my video. Okay, so finally, I'll get out of all of this. And my video has been exported down here. So I can then open that up. I'm opening it with VLC.
One day, Moon's two boys told him they wanted to go hunting for the first time. They would catch food for the whole family.
And we'll watch it.
Down at the Billabong, the boys had fun catching all kinds of fish. All the boys brought back were bones. They're just bones, said Moon. We'll go back and do it right this time. The boys were not good at keeping promises. The women went looking. They found the trap. It was their sons in there. When you die, you will die forever, but I will never die.
Cool. All right. So that's the completed project. And of course, then we go to Google Classroom and upload our finished video. All right. Hope you enjoyed doing this assignment, guys, and all the best.